This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about the Eagles and Browns day 2 of joint practice. It got physical, and Jalen Carter continues to dominate. Reed Blankenship continues to dominate. Sidney Brown again got physical. Kayvon Wallace got physical. And I will go over what Slay had to say about Devontae Smith. But let's get straight into it.
He got all the tools, so I told him, like, it ain't gonna be too much longer. We gonna be saying Smitty the best receiver in the league for sure. It ain't gonna be too much longer.
Best receiver in the league.
Yeah. I'm not gonna put it crazy on, but he's got that type of ability to be that like kind of guy. He can continue to keep doing what he's doing and growing as a player, which I know he would. Yeah, it ain't gonna be too much longer. They're gonna say that. We're gonna have the best two for sure.
All right, so you see the beginning, and I have to put this up. Is Devontae Smith, or at least in the future, will he be the best, one of the best wide receivers in the league? I say absolutely, especially the way the league's going. And I'm not oblivious to it. I like the bigger wide receivers. Like, I like the AJ Browns, the DK Metcalfs of the world, even the Jamar Chases of the world. But when you really look at the top receivers, you think of Stephon Diggs, you think of Tyreek Hill, you think of Justin Jefferson. They all smaller guys to me, in my opinion. But Devontae Smith, well, he got over all them dudes I just named. I think he's the best route runner. I think he's a better route runner than Justin Jefferson. He's a better route runner than Tyreek Hill. He's a better route runner than the Stephon Diggs. If not, he's up there. But when you think of top tier receivers, you don't think of the big bulky guy. Those are the guys I like. Like back then, I like T.O. and the Randy Mosses. I like those receivers, but I'm not oblivious to like what's going on. The smaller receivers are getting their love and they are balling out. So do I see Devontae Smith? He's a top 10 receiver. He's in that 7 to 10 range, and he's only going to continue to go up. Well, he's going into his third year. His third year. So I believe if Devontae Smith wasn't paired with AJ Brown, I think people would consider him or take him more seriously. Like, he has a good bad problem. Like, he's paired with the perfect wide receiver in the AJ Brown because he's big, Moss you. Not really a route runner that Devontae Smith is. Not the Swiss Army knife as Devontae Smith, but AJ Brown, them slants is deadly because he's so big and fast and physical. Whereas though Devontae Smith, for his size, he's physical, but he know how to shake you up. Whereas though you can't really jam him at the line, or he'll make you look stupid. He's a Swiss Army knife, but he's paired with the right guy. And people that's not really Eagle fans, I think we're split 50-50. We believe AJ Brown is the number one. Some people believe Devontae Smith is the number one. As I told you, I like bigger wide receivers, so I'm with AJ Brown. I think he's the number one guy. And like I said, if Devontae Smith was like by himself and we had like a true number two, I think a lot of people would take Devontae Smith more serious, because you'll see other guys like, oh yeah, Devontae Smith is up there. It's like they have to see it to believe it type jump. Whereas though when you think of like AJ Brown, the Stephon Diggs, they automatically come to your mind. Whereas though Devontae Smith, at least outside of the Eagles fan base, they're like, oh yeah, Devontae Smith is good. It's one of those. So again, in the future, give him about 2 years. Yeah, I think he will be considered one of the top tier guys. Definitely the way the league is going. So I agree with Slay. I definitely agree with Slay. But again, my biasness to wide receivers, I still like the bigger wide receivers. All right, so let's get into camp. Yes, let's get into camp. Yes. We have the highlights play as I speak. And let's get into the notes today. Like I said, it got chippy. It definitely got chippy. Elliott Short Parts played us out today. He ain't give us no Jalen Hurts stats, but let's get into the notes and the highlights, okay? All right, so Jalen Hurts started off 7-on-7s with back-to-back touchdowns. Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith. AJ Brown worked worked the Browns cornerback and press coverage and got open across the middle for a touchdown. Hurts on a Hurts pass. Marcus Mariota found Greg Ward Jr. for a touchdown in 707s. A good summer so far for Ward. Marcus Mariota also made a nice throw to Jack Stoll for a touchdown. So what I get from this, the offense was flowing way better than day one. Day two, the team really picked it up. Even the Marcus Mariotas picked it up. Jalen Hurts had a way better day. And to me, day one of Jalen Hurts wasn't even that bad. But Supeta was in that left guard. Landon Dickerson still dealing with some. I'm hearing this precautionary measure. So get well, Landon Dickerson. I'm pretty sure he's going to be ready for the regular season, right? So on the first play on the 11 on 11 drills, Kenneth Gainwell was the starting running back. Again, I love Kenneth Gainwell, and I believe he's RB1. So again, we go day two. Kenneth Gainwell is RB1. I expect Kenneth Gainwell to play the second preseason game based on what Nick Sirianni said. But what it looks like, they rolling with Kenneth Gainwell, and I really want to see what he do in this second preseason game against the Browns. All right, so a fight and ensured with both teams, and it was Sidney Brown. Sidney Brown had rocked the Browns player, and they ain't like it, so got into a fight. Zach Cunningham had tipped a Deshaun Watson pass, where was ended up being intercepted by Reed Blankenship. I know Reed Blankenship is getting a lot of credit because he the one that caught it, but you got to give Zach Cunningham some credit because he the one that tipped the pass. But Reed Blankenship picked off Deshaun Watson 3 times. And I got a bold prediction about Reed Blankenship. Actually, I'm not going to give y'all that. I'm going to give y'all a video tomorrow afternoon about Reed Blankenship, since there ain't going to be no practice. I'm going to give you a bold prediction. All right. So 7, 2 more fights happened. Kayvon Wallace rocked the guy, and the Browns didn't like it. So our defense was extremely physical. Our offense was beating up the Browns, and they got in their feelings. Man. All right, James Bradbury for a second day in a row took some snaps at nickel cornerback. Very, very interesting. Okay, maybe we see that look this season. That's interesting. Okay, Josh Sweat forced a fumble on a sack on Deshaun Watson and the team's drill. Sweat has given the Browns line issues for the past 2 days. So Sweat just been having an awesome camp. For some reason, I'm not sure why he's not getting the appreciation he deserves, in my opinion. I think he deserves more appreciation. And he only gets better each year. Had 11 sacks. Got a bold prediction about him too. I think he, you know what, I'm gonna say his. I think he might have the most sacks on his team going into next year. I know we love Hassan Reddick. I think it's gonna be hard for Hassan Reddick to follow those same numbers up again. And I think it's gonna be Josh Sweat to actually lead us. And Hassan Reddick is gonna come into a close second. All right. Later in practice, Hurts found Smith in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. All right. So Devontae Smith had an awesome day. Awesome day. Okay. Right on the 11 on 11 drills, Jalen Carter has shoved Joel. That all pro guard. I'm gonna call him that because I can't pronounce the last name, to the ground. That would have been a 2-time All Pro and a 5-time Pro Bowler. Carter just beat on. Carter looking generational, man. All right. Hurts direct Brown to the corner of the end zone. Despite good coverage, he made the grab 25 yards out. Perfect throw. Perfect catch by AJ Brown and the Jalen Hurts connection. In the red zone, the Eagles' run defense was very stout, not allowing much room for the Browns running backs. That's good to hear because I'm not sure if Nick Chubb practiced. The Browns fans have to educate me on that. But to stop the Browns running backs who've been deep for a couple years, that's really good. Blankenship picked off Watson in the back of the end zone during team drills. That was his 3rd pick. So he caught 2 picks today. I think I had it opposite. So he caught 2 picks today and 1 pick day 1. right? Josh Jobe, and I believe this was to end practice. He caught a pick on 11 on 11 drills. Everybody got fired up, ran on the field, and was happy for him. All right, so it was a much needed practice by the Philadelphia Eagles. So this was a summary Elliot Shore Parts came up with, and Elliot Shore Parts, I can say sometimes he's not too biased on the Eagles, man. So for him to say these things, so he said at the lackluster day one, Eagles played better day two. For the most part, the Browns didn't look poorly. Actually started out good. Just the Eagles were just the better team. And the Eagles, even though the Browns are going into this season as a better team and they will compete, but teams like the Browns, the Eagles got to dominate. Sorry, Browns. Right. So the Eagles defensive line and offensive line both won after the offensive line struggled day one. And the biggest 11 on 11s. Eagles first and second team offense both got TDs on beautiful throws, one by Hurts and Marcus Mariota on both first and second teams, which is really, really good stuff we want to hear. Okay. So coaches should be very encouraged by the performance today by the team. And yep, Eagles won today based on Elliott Shore Parts. Okay, so my thoughts is that yeah, the team should beat up on the team like the Browns. Again, sorry Browns. Our team just better. We coming off a Super Bowl. We damn near kept our team intact. And this is without Quez, our burner. So yeah, man, again, we just had a good day. AJ and Hurts were cooking. Carter continues to shine. Reed Blankenship continues to shine. Sidney Brown continues to move up that depth chart. A lot of these dudes, man, is playing at a high level. And again, no knock on the Browns. They got Amari Cooper. They got Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, and a great offensive line, great defensive line. But we the Philadelphia Eagles, man, we have to beat teams like the Browns. How competitive they are, even though this is not a real game. I'm saying that like we actually played the Browns like week 2, week 3. You got to beat up on them, man. That's why Nick Sirianni probably went so hard on them day one. Like, bruh, we struggling against the Browns. We got teams to face this year. Y'all better step it up day 2. And that's exactly what they did. So I got to give them their props, man. And sorry for the late video. You guys might see this like around 11:30, 35-ish. But I had a lot of things going on. But of course, let me drop a video. But hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel about the news today? Do you feel more confident in the team? The team stepped it up. We basically, if this was a game, blew out the Browns. But this is Eagle Al.